Hello and welcome to Construction Wolf. Today I'm continuing my Lego house in Billund, Denmark adventure. There's Darth Vader. If you can hear him breathing as well, it's mostly a bit built apart from the cape and lightsaber. To him breathing again. So I'm going to head down inside this Lego store because I've heard there's some interesting exclusives inside. So let's look at them. Just before going in, I've noticed actually there's a minifigure of spending some money, and there's actually a gift of purchase on at the moment, which is this Steamboat Willie, which I think retired last year, so good to see that on offer. So I thought I'd have a look at a few displays. So we've got this Star Wars TIE Interceptor, that's relatively new out. We've got the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars plaque there with the minifigure. I think overall they've done a good job on it. It looks quite faithful, I think, to the original from what I've seen. And over here we've got the NASA Artemis space rocket and the launch pad system. Good to see this in person. It's quite a large set. There's a little sort of satellite that can come out of it. And there's the plaque. And there's the actual rocket itself. Quite detailed with the sort of pipe work, for the fuel lines going into the sort of the top of the tower, should we say. And they're going to the rocket. And then you've got little hose connections and a walkway where the little astronauts go through. This is obviously not minifigure scale size. It's quite a large set, looks good. I like seeing these, sort of unique displays in different stores, and they've put together a nice, sort of dinner table here. Got a few brick build napkin holders, and then I like how they filled the wine glasses with actual bricks, and that looks like water to the side. All set for dinner. Obviously, the Lego house is very well stocked, as you can see, lots of Star Wars and Marvel sets. And then some newer sets out here as well, including the Milky Way galaxy, which I still need to finish building with the wolf. And I like how they've got some displays on the top here. Let's have a look at those. This is quite a nice brick built sort of deer. So you're getting fed with something there. We've got other sort of bigger figures there, like a footballer. I quite like this Viking one with the ship on the end. Let's have a good look at that. Yeah, I like the Viking ship. You can see the expression here actually as we get closer. They've got some shields and an axe as well. There you go. You can see more detail on the shield. And this is also another new set I've wanted to look at, but unfortunately it's in the case they can't use the set, because you've got this mechanism where you can turn it. And actually there's one of these space minifigures there, the M-Tron one that came out recently. So anyway, you can turn it and the Earth spins around and the Moon, and then it just goes around the Sun. And then obviously the Moon goes around the Earth. Yeah, so you just the Moon there and it just goes round and round. So that's quite a cool little set. Then here's actually I found the Milky Way galaxy built up, the picture. You can see how thick it is. It's a very chunky frame that goes with it, so you need a reasonable amount of space. But it looks so good. I'm looking forward to finishing this with a wolf, because we've got about sort of quarter of the way through. You can see all the little details on it, all the different part usage, all the colours. So little sort of flowers and even a little hairbrush sort of piece there. So very varied. And we've also looked at this set and reviewed it. It's the medieval town square. I like how they've incorporated into sort of a plate and made a little sort of diorama here. And say for the tree example, it's not standalone, but they've made a little waterfall which looks quite nice with it really. So some inspiration to take away. And obviously you've got a lot of different merch, sort of not all sort of Lego building related. You've even got like a sort of wooden minifigure here. You see obviously prices are in Danish kroner. And this is like I think a coat hook. So you can sort of fix it to your wall and hang your coats off the Lego studs. And these are quite good. You get these little drawers and they're sort of modular. You can buy multiples and connect them together like bricks. You see you've got sort of spaces inside for the drawers. And also wooden base. And we got some of those mugs they remember from a brick festival, the minifigure head mugs. And there's a Polaroid camera on display as well. I think I've seen that a few times. A little picture coming out of it. And there's even got some little plushes as well. This is the good stuff then. This is actually the exclusives that I've been looking for, so quite excited to see these, and I certainly will be getting some of these, because you can only obviously get them here. So here's the Lego house duck, based off the wooden duck that Lego made when they're making wooden toys. So that is in person. So that's quite cool. And then also got the Captain Redbeard pirate sort of, giant minifigure, so that looks good. And also this is the place I'm actually in, the Lego house. This is a brick built version of that, and you can see all the colours on it on the roof. And they've also got some figures up here actually, just while we're looking, and they've got like sort of a beach theme up here. You see here's like someone walking a dog. And actually here there's some more sets. This is new out this year for the Lego House exclusives. And this is the building systems one. So I'm not as keen on this one, if I'm honest. I didn't really have Lego when these were like in this sort of style, a bit more basic. So I'm not a massive fan of this. You can see it sort of represents Duplo system and Technic. What I do like actually is the mini builds. You've got like say the duck there and a fire engine, the classic yellow castle you can see there, pirate ship. And then we get through to more modern things such as like the treehouse, and it looks like a Ninjago temple. And just continue on the display to have a look at the top. So this is now going like the Zog walking behind the sort of minifigure. There's what's going over the swans. Then I like the depth to this. The sort of bridge is sort of popping out the way they've done it, and you got that sort of 3D effect. You know, the angles of this sort of Lego delivery truck. That's delivering sets, but that's quite a cool effect they've done there. And then we've got some minifigures like the bug catching. And then is there like a diver and a little seal there, and a working turbine. And then more with the beach theme here. We've got a surfer. That's quite cool as well. There you go, there's a surfer. Catch some waves. And ship sort of that's coming out of the waters, and that's quite a cool effect as well. A bit of waves coming there as well. And you'll see it's just sort of sets underneath. And I found the pad ball, the pick a brick wall here. So I've had a little look through just before filming this. There wasn't anything that really grabbed me, nothing radically different. Then if we just zoom around the corner here, you see how they've got it set up. They've got some more around the side here. Maybe you can sort of pause and try and zoom in if there's anything you're interested in, but nothing really crazy that's different here. And there's the rest of the wall around the other side. I've actually got the Titanic resting on top of there with the Concorde. There's Titanic. So yeah, that's the rest of the bricks. But I just don't really get pieces here as well, and then it's the pain of carrying back on the plane and wasting space that could be using to transport some of those exclusives. Yeah. So yeah, just thought I'd zoom in and have a look for anyone that wants to have a look. Next to the pad wall, I found this unique display. So that's created by someone that's built it in the store, or maybe I don't know if they're working in the Lego house. So Cami Carlsland, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Gonna notice some Wizard of Oz figures in there actually. And there's lots of variety of minifigures going to deliver letters here. I'm not sure what the story is really. Looks like one of the Harry Potter sort of characters there. And on the inside, got like a sort of dinner table. Someone like got a wedding ring there for someone. Maybe a wedding going on there actually. And then just the foliage is really impressive on this one. You know, lots of the trees. And sorry about the reflection, the glass is hard to get a view of this, but you can again see that sort of plant life outside in the forest. It looks really good. There's the tree. So they've actually got a photo booth here where you can take a photo, and probably many of you have seen, you can create a sort of a mosaic. So you get your photo taken like that, and then you can choose your options, and then it converts it into, you know, sort of like a sort of a template where it has the bricks that you need. You'll see there, you pick the sort of colour that suits you. And then just over here, there you go, you can see like the mosaic's been made. So you just use the instructions from that photo to put the little 1 by 1 sort of plates in. You see you get the boxes of these different colours. You get like sort of yellows, greys, whites and blacks. I've got one with a version of the wolf on it. Just noticed this Batman Gotham City, you know, from the animated series art set. I've not seen this in person before. It's absolutely massive. So here's the actual minifigures. You don't get those two in the middle. I don't know who they've replaced them with. You obviously get Harley Quinn and Catwoman. I think you get Joker and Batman too. So here's the actual set then. So got the sort of red skyline. Just have a lot of details in this set. Some are hidden. You have to move parts to see them. So you see all the little sort of like blimps in the sky there, the police blimps. And next to that red detail, I can see a little Batman print there. And there's the bat signal. And they've got the Batwing too actually in there. So yeah, quite a nice detailed set. Here's a cool idea in the store that they've put into display. So they build a minifigure station. They've made loads of characters out of those, just from pieces there, and put them into this MOC. You can see that's the prices there, and you see obviously you can get the parts of the heads, body, etc. And yeah, they just made this cool little display. So very packed with minifigures. See, that looks like one of those sort of like firehouse buildings there. Oh, and they've actually got a little sort of wire. I don't know if you can see that shining there. And yeah, you've got people sort of swinging off of that. That's quite interesting, sort of how they've hooked those on actually. Let's have a look on the other side. Oh, they've got like sort of, you know, going up a hill up to the other tower against the high one. And we've got like a sort of flying fairy back there and all sorts of other characters. I've just actually noticed one of the displays I missed above the Mosaic maker. So we've got this like sort of 4 character with a goat flying. And then it looks like William Shakespeare back there, isn't it? And I've just noticed on the way out, you can see you know, the history of the Lego logo, which is quite a cool little thing they've put in. See the evolution of the logo over the years. You see it becomes more into what we recognise today, really. So it went from then oval. It used to say Lego System as well. And it sort of evolved to what it is now, and I think the current one is the best one. And here's some of the newer sort of Despicable Me sets. I've not really seen those much before. I've not actually ever seen these movies, but they've got the interesting, you know, sort of Minions minifigures, I guess they are. So they're quite bold. They're also mixed in with like some more sort of normal minifigures, but I've not seen the film to know how the characters all work. What's that banana sort of driving through there? They put on a nice little display, even snuck in like some of the space minifigures too. I see there the space baby. And what we've got there, some sort of rocket. Yeah, so that's them. It's not for me, but interesting to see. So this is something very unique that I don't think is really in any other stores. Personalise your brick. So you can go onto this sort of touchpad here and input whatever, you know, words you want really, with a reason I guess. And then you choose your own colour brick, and then it 3D prints, you know, onto the brick. So you get your own little keyring with your name on it, or you know, other sort of slogan you wanted. So I think I'm going to go and have a go. So unfortunately, you can only put in a few characters, so the full construction wolf will not fit in. So I've had another go, all I can really fit in is wolf. So I've popped that in like so. I'm not putting any sort of like, you can get sort of like little images, but very basic. So I'm just going to apply it, and what I'm going to do is then just send it to the printer. There we go. So let's hope it works. So I've got my colour brick chosen and got it clamped ready to be loaded onto the 3D printer. So the Lego store staff are going to do that for me in a moment.
There. And then you can also see what the Lego is made from. So this is the granulate. Small bits of original Lego pieces.
Just like recycled Lego?
Yeah. We do recycle the Lego, so it can be from something else.
Okay.
So yeah, it's getting melted in the machine.
Yeah.
And then it comes out like this little thing.
Oh yeah.
So very, very thin.
Oh, so it does multiple layers.
Yes. 3 layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this dot's putting the layers on.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's coming out at quite high pressure from what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just go up and get my devices, just a second.
And the finished product. Not for the wolf, yeah. So I've made all my purchases, and I'm just going to find somewhere quiet to show you my haul. I just noticed this near this direction sign, a dog, a little brick-built dog, and he's or she is cheekily having a little tinkle, shall we say, doing their business up this post. There you go. It's kind of quite cute though, isn't it? So I thought I'd find a little space on the outside of the Lego house, you know, climbing up the actual house itself and exploring and seeing the different colours. So up the stairs we go. And there's a little globe up here actually. So there's all sorts of little things pasted throughout the top of the house. So I'm just journeying on and seeing what I can find. And it looks like that you can actually see into the house through this little view here. Then carrying on, making sure I don't fall down. And there's a little play park up for this section actually, with like yellow submarine, very Beatles. Again, that children can go and play in that. Random case. And oh, this bit's got a shark in it. And if you have a little sort of play features like surfboards, that's quite cool. There's even some swings down there. I'm going to keep on going. Almost at the top now. See, we're on the green section of the house now with a rocket. And we're at the top, so we've got the Lego sort of studs. You can see there's like a Lego brick on the top of the actual Lego house. And you get a decent view of Billund here as well, even a sort of wrecked air balloon there. Again, that's more of the view of Billund. And then from the top you can just see the different colours of the actual Lego house as well. There's a shark we walked by earlier, and that's how you can use the surfboards. I've now found a quiet little spot on Lego house, as you can see here on the brick section, and I thought I'd show you what I've got in my haul, so let's take a look. So here's my bag, and actually it didn't all fit in my bag due to what I got, but let's have a look then. So obviously I thought I'd get some exclusives. So I've got the Lego house exclusive number 4, which is the pirate, Captain Redbeard, the minifigure tribute, so very happy to get that. Also got the duck, of course, and it's signed as well actually, so that's pretty nice to have. That's the classic one. They still issue this one even though it's the first one, and I think they've retired the second one, which is the brick making machine. And then I got, if I just rummage around in here, a few exclusive keyrings. Got 2 of these, one for me and one for someone else, the House of Brick lady that works in the Lego house, so I've got a few of those. And then, as you saw in the video, got my Wolf 3D printed brick. This looks pretty good. And then also I got a few, as you saw, these freebies, you know, from the brick machine. And then I had to spend over 2,000 kroner to get a free gift, so I did that. So in the end I ended up getting, because I didn't want to waste my money, just bear with me on one-handed, I got another signed duck. I was allowed to get one. I just wasn't as keen on the other house brick one, so I keep one away, you know, sort of just we'll see how that goes. It's maybe like, you know, the investment piece. And then obviously I spent over 2,000 kroner, so I got this gift for purchase, which is the Steamboat Willie. So that's like the best ever gift for purchase they've ever done, I think. So very happy to get enough of those totally free. So that's my haul on this trip. So hopefully you're impressed, and let me know what which one's your favourite. So as you can probably guess, I'm back in the UK now. So this video, you know, the first part was filmed a few weeks ago, and I'm just finally editing this part of the video because I filmed so much content I couldn't like release it all at once. So just a little detail I missed actually, because maybe you could tell I rushed the last part where I was climbing up Lego house and doing my haul reveal, because it was very tight for time for getting to the airplane. I was worried about how long would it take for us to get through security, and then I didn't want to miss my flight, so I rushed through that and then quickly got a taxi back to the airport. So the actual signatures are from the actual very designer themselves, so I thought that's quite a nice thing to have. I was actually wanting to maybe get 2 of the minifigure tributes, as you see here, over maybe 2 ducks, but you see they're much bigger. So I was, you know, as these are probably worth, you know, more if I wanted to sell one later. And what I did was I didn't pay for any hold luggage. I literally just carried my sets on the plane. I just had the bags you saw, the Lego bag itself, and then my little sports bag, which I had as a carry-on. And there was no issues. The airport staff had no problems, and I could just put it in the sort of hold luggage above my head, and just have the little bag under my seat. So that's just a great way of, you know, maybe saving a bit more money instead of paying the extra for hold luggage. And literally all I paid for the Ryanair was for the flights, £15 each way, so amazing value. So, you know, £30 total. And then just really chuffed as well. I spent a bit more to get really the free Steamboat Willie, the mini, you know, set gift we purchased from last year. Thought that I'd retired and we'd never see it again, but really surprised it was just there. So you never know what you can find when you go on these little travels. And just one final point, and I wouldn't have known this, you know, till after I got through the airport. So I was talking to the Lego House store staff, and you know, I explained before I went to Copenhagen, and you might have seen my video last year on claiming tax back, and it sounded like a bit of a faff, to be honest, and not much worth it. But the way they explained to me, they said, oh yeah, it just shows your passport, and we'll print out this tax receipt for you. So they did that, and then they just said that, take it to the airport and sort it out. So as you go to the airport, before you go through security, and it's very important you do this before you go to security, there's just right in front of the doors, maybe to the right hand side, there's this, sort of a declaration office. So I took my receipt in there, and then they checked the receipt, and then they wanted to see the actual sets, unopened, and they just inspect the goods and then sign the receipt. And then I just go through security, and then once you're through there, then you go to, it's called Global Exchange. It's a little counter which is in the duty free, sort of in the centre of it, and just show them the receipt, and then they give you the tax money back then and there. So that's really, really nice surprise. That's so easy to do. And you probably get, I had maybe sort of slight fees because I took my money back in my currency, which is Great British pounds. You can have it back in kroner, but I thought, I'm not sure when I go back to Denmark again, I'll just have it in, British pounds that I can use like whenever I want in the near future. So I think you lose a bit of money on the exchange rate, they do, but it's still money back, isn't it? And you probably get a little around maybe 10% doing it that way. So it's still really good money back, when you're spending a reasonable amount of money to get all these sets. So that's another sort of money saving tip for you there too. So it's quite easy to get your tax back if traveling from out of the EU. And so that was my trip. Got some really nice sets, had a great time. And I will have a few more videos coming out because there's just so much content to film while I was there. I had a lot of really good time seeing all the different sets and some of the displays. So we might have videos coming in soon of the history of Lego, and also looking at some different displays. So look out for those. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time. And it's goodbye from me. Bye.